was a little surprised Yoshida wasn't in the lineup. He'd been one of their best hitters over the last 2 weeks. The upside is you have Yoshida sitting for a moment like this. Left-handed pinch hit. Yoshida could do this in his sleep. Bat to ball, base hit, driving 2 runs.
Yeah, man, ace up the sleeve for Alex Cora here in this situation. You know, I think that tonight we realize how great of a manager Alex Cora really is. For him to not start Yoshida tonight and leave him on the bench for a big situation and come through like that, it shows you a lot from our manager.
Masataka Yoshida gives the Red Sox their first lead of the game. You see his numbers with a runner on third base. Over the course of his career in the regular season and the postseason, now a 400 batting average and an 820 OPS.
You have to cash it in. Story is on deck. Masa digs in. Weaver.
Into center field. Base hit. Say Dunn scores. Sogard behind him. Hello, Macho Man. 2-run hit. And the Red Sox lead it 2-1.
Alex Cora, we talk about it. He's such a good manager, pushing the right buttons in these big games. He sticks with Sogard. He comes through. He brings in Yoshida. He comes through. It's a new ball game.
And Masa's been ambushing guys now the last week.
Oh, he sure
First
has.
pitch. He don't wait around. That was a big hit.
Yoshida was 2 for 11 here at the stadium during the regular season. 1-0 Yankees, 1 out. Runners at second and third. Boy, you need a strikeout here. First pitch from Weaver. Swing on line drive up the middle, base hit. Scoring is Rafaela Sogard right behind him. First pitch swinging. Yoshida delivers a 2-run single, and Boston has a 2-1 lead here at the stadium in the 7th inning with 1 out.
And that's what they do, and that's what they do with their platooning and the Alex Cora mixing and matching. And so they get after a brilliant performance by Max Fried, and bullpen has let them down here. And here comes Aaron Boone. Not too late.
Having that move to go to a pinch hitter in that situation, right? Like, with Yoshida, like how comfortable are you guys with the way that Alex is going to manage the late innings and figure out the right matchups and options?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it's been all year, and the guys know their roles and we know what's expected of us, and I think that's communicated very clearly, and it has been all year. So yeah, I mean, it's fun to see Masa come up there ready to hit first pitch and then get it done. That's a special thing to do, The moment wasn't too big, and he put a great swing on the ball.
Good to see Masa come through in the pinch hit.
Yeah, Rafaela starting it off with an awesome at-bat. I'd never faced Weaver before, so getting to see basically everything that he's got before I got in there was great. And then, Masa right off the bench, clutch, huge hit. So
last 3 weeks or so, you've been arguably one of the better offensive players for the Red Sox. How much did you feel like this moment was kind of building to that, be able to execute that way?
いいイメージでは打席に入れてますし、短期決戦なんでまた別物ですけど、シーズン最後と同じように積極的に行こうと思ってました。
Were you looking to be aggressive early in the count, or can you kind of take us through your approach to that at bat?
その前にソギーに結構チェンジアップを続けてたので、入りはもしかしたらその近めの速い球が来るんじゃないかっていうイメージをしてました。
Cherish and relish those situations, getting up in those situations.
やっぱチームの勝ちに貢献できたのはすごく嬉しいです。
Yeah. Pivetta sets. Here's the pitch. Seiya swings, drills one deep left center field. This is going to tie the game. It's gone. Solo shot to left center by Seiya Suzuki. 1-1 Cubs and Padres here in the 5th. Coom, you just called it.
The end of the day, the pitch you've got to be accountable to against Pivetta is the heater. He was on the pitch, the 2-0 pitch, and fouled it back, but had a good swing and a strike. Pivetta gets this one down in the zone about mid-thigh, and Seiya hit a 2-iron right into the seats in left center. We got a new ball game.
He mashed it 424 feet into the bleachers for Suzuki. So if you count the tail end of the regular season, Suzuki has now homered in 5 consecutive ball games. He's got 6 home runs during that stretch.
And I'll tell you what, he hit that ball right on the button. That was a line drive bullet. no wind stopping that one.
2-1 pitch. Suzuki swings, hits it in the air, deep to left center field, way back in front. About halfway up the bleachers in left, and Seiya Suzuki, his first career postseason home run, a lead shot here in the fifth, and this game is tied 1-1.
Pivetta hadn't been behind much in this ball game, but he got behind there. He missed with 2 fastballs. Was able to sneak the sinker in there 2-0. Tried to come back with the heater. He missed down. They wanted it up. He missed about knee high. And Suzuki with a line drive shot. Really wasn't affected by the wind at all. Ties this ball game at 1.
424 feet. So Suzuki stays almost unfathomably hot. Remember, Suzuki not only homered each of his last 4 games of the regular season, he homered 5 times in those 4 games.
Mike, would you look at their lineup? Where do you put Suzuki in terms of their dangerous hitters? Like, how much of a concern is he?
It's a good question. There's danger throughout. He's a guy that takes professional at bats, and he's tucked in a pretty good spot for him. So he's a guy that clearly is a proven professional hitter, and he put a good swing on it.
Seiya and just the home runs we've seen from him, at the end of the regular season, just how would you describe him rising to the moment and just him and Carson in their first postseason game doing that?
As much as anything, I mean, Pivetta was pitching so well. We knew, he's a guy where you know what's going to happen. He's going to put the fastball at the top of the strike zone, and when he clips the top of the strike zone consistently, which he did an excellent job of, it's difficult. It's a difficult pitch to hit. That's why he's had so much success. So we got, Bushy got a ball down early in the game. Dansby just missed one, and then Seiya got one. And it just, those, and I think in the postseason maybe hits just changed the stadium. It changes the energy of the stadium completely. So it's just about that, and I'm really happy for Seiya. I know he was very, very excited to take part in this and to play in this, and happy he had a big role in it.
とりあえず最高でした。ファンの皆さんの熱気もすごかったですし、終始鳥肌が立っているというか、なんかシーズン中に感じられないこの緊張感だったりとか、すごく楽しんで今日のゲームを終えることができました。
I mean, just simply put, it was fantastic. I mean, you just felt the passion of the fans, the cheering us on, and, rounding the bases. I mean, I felt some nerves, obviously, but I mean, great feeling overall.
If you could share the name of your special guest here with you at the press conference, and if he had any sort of reaction to your big swing or any sort of thoughts about your play today.
まず今日連れてきたスペシャルゲストの名前とホームラン打った時、彼のリアクションはいかがでしたか？
彼の名前
とリアクション。
ヒロ君、名前ヒロ君って言ってみ。シャイボーイ。名前はヒロトですね。
ヒロト。
はい、ヒロトですね。で、いやもうホームラン、ボイドがすごい頑張ってくれてましたし、なんとか突破口を開きたいなっていう思いで打席には入ったんで、それがホームランにつながってすごく良かったですし、そこから流れに乗ってチームの球場の雰囲気も素晴らしかったですし、本当に選手だけじゃなく球場を含め全員の力で勝った勝利だと思うんで、すごく嬉しいです。
ヒロト君のリアクションはホームラン。
なんか泣いてたみたいです。はい。
His name's Hiroto, and his reaction was he was crying. But just with the home run, I feel like it was a breakthrough moment where it was a decisive moment with I think with feeling the crowd and the passion they had, and with the way Boyd was pitching too. I think in that moment, I think the fans really got behind us, and I think for one, I want to thank the fans too.
When you signed here, it was in part to have moments like this and get the Cubs back into the playoffs. So just, from the time that you signed to now, just to finally have this moment, what does that mean to you?
カブスと契約した時にはこれを目標にしてカブスをまたプレーオフに導くっていうので、ここ数年全部の体験を含めて今この瞬間はどういう意味を持ちますか？
ずっとポストシーズンをここ3年間ずっと出れなくて、シーズン終わってからテレビで見ることしかできなかったのですごく悔しい気持ちでずっといて、今年こうやってチャンスをもらえてみんなで162試合切磋琢磨して苦しい時も乗り越えてみんなでここまで来れたんで、本当に長くこのチームメイトとたくさんやりたいですし、それを目標にここに来てこういう舞台でやれたっていうのは、そして今日勝てたっていうのは本当に嬉しいことだなっていうふうに思います。
Yeah, so with the previous 3 years, we couldn't make it to the playoffs. So, I was watching the playoffs on TV, and, there was a sense of frustration. But, this year with this team, this teammates, we've battled for 162 games, with the difficult times and the good times, everything included. So, just it felt great. And especially with the win, I'm just kind of looking forward to, keep on playing, keep on grinding out with my teammates, and hopefully play as long as we can together.
Say, is there any way to explain the home run binge you've been on this week? Do you know? Is there anything that caused it or created it, or is it one of those things that is just inexplicable?
ここ1週間に打ってるホームランの数っていうのは要因とかありますか、それとももう説明できないっていう感じですか？
そうですね、説明できないですね。なんで自分がここまで打てているのか正直分かんないですけど、もうシーズンも終わって気持ちを切り替えてポストシーズンモードで入ってるんで、今日のホームランは本当に自分だけの力じゃない自分が思ってる以上の力が出て周りのみんなに打たせてもらったホームランでもあるんで、すごく嬉しいですし、何よりチームが勝ったっていうことが1戦目取れたっていうのがすごく大きいことだと思います。
Yeah, I can't really explain it. I think with the past week coming into this game, I feel like there's been a playoff switch that's been turned on, and I think with today, it's not just me. I think that homer was just a result of all my teammates being there and supporting me, all the fans. I think everybody was involved in that, but I can't really explain it. And I think with the win, win, home run, obviously I'm very happy.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録と高評価よろしくお願いします。